Hello guys, Lewis here and welcome to the next episode of my Inform Player Review series. Today we have the Brazilian Inform Maicon. Not the right back from Man City, but the Sao Paulo midfielder from the Brazilian League. He got his inform for scoring 2 goals against his Brazilian rivals and the league winners Corinthians. His non-inform is actually a central attacking midfielder, and he is pretty great in that position. He is also really good if you push him back to a centre midfielder or even have him as a central defensive midfielder. However, EA have decided to change his position to a right midfielder, which was pretty annoying to say the least, as in that position it's already heavily contested with the likes of Maicon, Danilinho and Calvin, who also all have the 5-star skills, so the position change is not one that I was pretty happy with. However, regardless of this, I wanted to give him a go, and I'm glad I did in the end. As you can see on the screen, Maicon is going to set you back around the 50 to 70k mark for both consoles, so not too expensive for a Brasilva, and certainly a reasonable price for an inform card. He has 3-star skills and 4-star weak foot, and this comes with a medium attacking work rate and a low defensive one, which certainly isn't ideal for a right midfielder. As always, his in-game stats can be seen in the bottom right corner of your screen. And despite his disappointing work rates and position change, there are some lovely stats to make up for it. The first one that should catch your eye is his 94 strength, which actually puts him in the top 6 silver players on the game for that stat. Unfortunately, he can't really jump or header, so he can't utilise his strength in that department. But regardless of this, Brasilvas are rarely used for their heading ability anyway, so it doesn't come into effect too much. On the ground, however, this means he is very strong on the ball. He can shake off tackles extremely well, and he wins possession from weaker players with ease. His pace isn't the fastest for a Brazilian, but with his speed stats all around the 70s, this is something that is definitely workable, and his strength actually makes him feel faster than he is. When he is on the ball, he is very, very effective. His vision, ball control, dribbling, short passing and long passing are all around the 80 mark, which for a silver player, this is pretty damn good. Those sort of stats just show why he is much more suited in the middle of the pitch, and would have been easily one of the best silver centre mids on the game. However, we aren't done there with the stats quite yet. You would have probably already noticed that he has the long shot trait, which is personally my favourite trait for a player to have. And this also comes along with 83 long shots and 81 shot power. All 3 of these combined means Maicon has a bit of a rocket when he is shooting. You can see from the clips that he has no trouble finding the top corner of the net. As I always do, I like to test each player in pretty much any position that I think that they'd be suited with. So I sub them around during certain games and just see how they play in different positions. With Maicon this was no different, and I tested him in several different positions, and he is certainly more noticeable in some than others. I'll start by saying that for a right mid, right wing or right forward, he probably isn't going to be pushing the likes of Calvin, or Danilinho out of most people's teams. This is because he has less skill moves and quite a bit less pace, and that is what the majority of most Brazil and silver players look for. However, if you put Maicon anywhere in the middle of the pitch, he is fantastic. His stats are tailored to a central midfielder, and this is one of the areas that he certainly does thrive. I played him in the middle with Inform Sao, and together they dictate play better than any silver midfielders I've used, so moving him into the middle is something that I would strongly recommend. The other position I would suggest using Maicon is on the left side of attack. There is currently only really Eninho or Rafael Martinho to play on that side, and Maicon is easily better than them both. Like I mentioned, his shooting is also really good. As you'll be seeing in the clips, playing him on the left and cutting inside to the edge of the penalty area, he will hit it across goal and find the net 9 times out of 10 for you. So essentially, Maicon's only real downside is his position. However, you can sub him around, so that doesn't really come into effect too much. But I believe he deserves a spot in every single Brazilian silver team, and he is a player I would certainly say is worth the coins I paid. I paid 65,000 for him, and you could probably even get him cheaper, and I would say he's definitely worth this. With great shooting, strength, passing, ball control and vision stats, you are purchasing a very, very versatile player that offers a lot to your team depending on what you need him to do. So I'll end by saying that Maicon is a player that I would certainly recommend, and one that I definitely had fun using. So that brings us to the end of the review. I would like to thank you for watching. If you did enjoy it and found it useful, make sure you let me know by hitting the like button. It really does help the video get more noticed. Make sure you subscribe if you enjoy these and you want to see more in the future. And feel free to drop me a comment if you've used Maicon, let me know what you thought, and also let me know if there's any players you want me to see review in the future. So as always, thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time.